Hi, and welcome to another episode of Cafe Chronicles. Steve here.
And Dan.
And we're back to finish off the tank. So last time you saw, we had sprayed the clear coat, the 2K clear coat all over the tank.
I am pleased to report that after wearing improper respiratory attire and having a poorly ventilated place, we are still alive to show you the next stage of the build.
Okay, so today we're going to use kind of wet and dry sandpaper, very high grit, so that we can get rid of any orange peeling. We'll show you guys how that 2K clear coat settled, and we'll show you kind of any imperfections that we see. Then we're going to start wetting it up and using the 2000 grit sandpaper to kind of try and get it back, get rid of that kind of dimpling effect or orange peel effect on there. Let's see how it goes, and we might even try mounting it on the bike, see what it looks like. So let's get stuck in.
Here's everything that we're going to use to shine up the tank. So we're going to use some 1000 grit sandpaper. Once that's acceptable for our standards of beauty, we're going to use the 2000 grit sandpaper to try to buff out all of the orange peel. Now, one thing that you're going to need, because we are wet sanding, is a trusty squirt bottle filled with water. So we've added soap to ours to make the water a little wetter. It stays on the tank better, it stays on the sandpaper better, and you just get a little bit more, you get a little bit more water for your water. So moving forward, we're going to be using sponges in lieu of professional polishing equipment. If we can't get the finish that we want with the 2000 grit sandpaper, I did pick up some finishing glaze. It's just a rubbing compound, and we're going to try to buff it out as much as we can with a sponge just to get as perfect of a shine as possible. Once everything's nice and clear, the last order of business is a ceramic sealant. So this is like a semi-permanent wax. So instead of having to wax your bike every time you go out and having acid rain strip it off and all that other fun stuff, we should be able to apply this once a season or even longer. We'll see how long it lasts, and then you just need to quickly squirt and wipe off any bugs or anything else that collect on your tank, and it'll look as good as it will at the end of this episode for almost ever. And then of course you need a microfiber cloth to just buff everything out at the end. Cat hair is optional.
All right, so a little bit rubbing, Dan's going to do a little bit squirting. It's like a regular Cafe Chronicles episode, really. Okay, so we just wanted to show you guys how it cured. So you can see here, this here worked out quite nice. There's a little bit, don't know if you can see in there, there's a little bit of dimpling, but not bad. Up on top, there's more dimpling. And there's certain areas where there's a little bit more. The logo here, it's embossed a little bit, but it's pretty good. But it covered nicely and it looks great on there. You can see some more dimpling up top there. Can you guys see that? And just there you can see some dimpling too. So we'll take a go at it and see how we get on. Alright, so we've hit it with the 1000 around where we had any of the runs. We hit it with the 2000 all over, and now it's time to give it a little bit of a polish and see where we get. Alright, so we have, we've sanded, you can notice here we've sanded this and given it a little bit of a polish, and it came up really nicely, but there's still areas we feel we're going to have to sand a little bit more where you're still seeing this orange peel. So we're going to take a little go at sanding this a little bit more, then basically we're going to polish it and hopefully get it up to a nice shine. Alright, so we have a few little attachments here that we're going to use on our drill, and we're going to get polishing the tank. And we'll see what it is that we get it to, and we'll see how it's looking. That'll determine if we need to sand anymore or do anything else. But yeah, it comes, this one here, I got it in Princess Auto. It's about 30 bucks, something like that. It comes with a little attachment for the drill, and the same with this one. So let's go. It's really been doing a really nice job of taking away that those little orange peel dimples. I still see some here right in against here, but we can work on that a little bit more. And that was the worst part of the tank there for it, I think. So the fact that it's pretty much gotten rid of those.
The idea with this is it's kind of like a permanent wax. At least with the wax, you can melt it off if you need to. Once this is on, there's no going back. Are you ready?
No. We've got the tank on the bike. It's nice to see it on there. Color came out really well. It polished up really nicely. It was a long process. You know, we've mentioned it now a few times in a few of the different videos. Because we're meeting once a week, you know, it really kind of dragged out the little bits of prep that really we could have if we were to just do it every day or do a little bit of work on it every day. We would have finished it in 2 weeks or in a few days. The tank was in pretty rough condition. There was pieces around this kind of lip here that were bent and buckled. There was like 4 or 5 different colors on there. But on top of that too, there was a huge amount of dents and scrapes and scratches and holes in the tank. Not holes, but, but like just gouges in the tank. So, and of course, you know, where we put the emblem here on the side, that was all cavities as well that we had to fill and contour to the tank and everything. It was our first time, but I think it worked out pretty well. As we were working on that tank over the last number of weeks, we've been doing other bits and pieces as well. But, you know, for the most part, it's just so nice to have that out of the way. And we were kind of talking about this as we were kind of getting it ready, but when you put something like the tank on, it's a big major piece. So things start to look a little bit better and a little bit more finished.
So for the first go, I'm really happy with it. We learned a lot of lessons as we went through. Are there things that we would have done differently? Yeah. But going forward, the next tank that we do should be a lot quicker, a lot easier, and maybe slightly more refined at the other end.
You know, we heard a lot of stuff about, you know, what to do, what not to do. Then had our hand at it, and then School of Hard Knocks, we learned just by doing and having to redo and doing too much and not enough. And so I think, yeah, we've I think honed it, you know, I would say. Even like, you know, we've even talked about this, we're kind of like, I know this is sacrilegious, but sand it down and do it again, you know, because, you know, we feel that we've kind of learned a ton and we could do even a better job on it next time. So watch out for the next one. We'll do some more fun stuff with it. But it's nice to have it done, nice to have it finished. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe. Subscribing to the channel helps us an awful lot. and it lets us know that you guys are interested as well, and it helps the channel out, so please do that. And don't forget, we've got the list of all the parts that we're using, and you know, different products and things that we used along the way will pop in there as well, and it will also help you to keep an eye on the budget. So that's it. Thanks for tuning in. Stay safe, and we'll see you soon.